Why has this Shiroi incident flared up or snowballed like that?
I mean, this is to be located in the context of the entire ethnic conflict. Shirui festival cannot be seen in isolation. As you know, the Cookie Joe side didn't really want a kind of a situation
Sir,
where
sir, I
Cookie Joe
think,
people fight.
Professor, first thing we
Yeah.
should do is to explain what is Shiroi festival. Can you explain to our viewers what is Shiroi festival?
Shiroi festival is a festival celebrating the Shiroi blooming of the Shiroi flower, and it has certain rites and rituals which are followed by the respective communities in invoking the ancestors, in invoking the nature, in invoking the goodwill, etc., etc. So there is nothing about the festival per se, but the location of the festival in the Ukhrul district, where this is part of as part of crossing the buffer zone and entering into the Ukhrul district. That's what is their point of contention. Festival is not a point of contention. Everybody welcomes a festival. So there should have been a kind of a negotiated, mediated understanding along with all the communities. When this kind of a festival is organized by the state government, it is not as if by blacking out all the past incidents of harassment and killing and other kinds of torture that have happened, and a particular minority community, Kuki Joe, have suffered. Of course, Meitei as a majority community too suffered. Now, both the suffering communities could have been brought together at a plane of healing, at a plane of reciprocation, and that didn't happen. It remained a kind of an one-sided administrative measure. As a result, because both the sides have not been brought together into a situation of confidence, keeping confidence with each other, therefore, an unfortunate incident like
So you know
covering the
what
name of the state
how do I
has happened.
look it from the perspective from an outsider's perspective? I think the very thoughtful attempt by the Home Minister to create free movement of people. This is about free movement of people and free movement of people with their own identity. I think that is getting affected, isn't that, Dr. Mishra? You can move in Manipur,
Siroi
any
Lily
part of
festival.
Manipur,
Yeah.
without obfuscating your identity. That's the basic thing. I think that is being contested, isn't that?
Yeah, absolutely, you are correct. It is just you see Siroi Lily Festival. I will tell you also because you see last this is the fifth Siroi Lily Festival. Earlier it was not being held, and it is this time itself a particular lily flower. It blooms in Ukhrul district, and that's the name given Siroi Lily. And this is being in fact covered by both the community, not all the three communities, the Nagas, Kukis, and also Maitis. This happened so from 20th to 24th. The Kuki Joe community, they made it a point not to allow Maitis to go and attend this festival. That created a problem, and it was again, it got blasted when the bus name was covered, Manipur state was covered, where the journalists were sitting at Gwalthabi area. And
It was
Gwalthabi area also, now another problem is coming up at Gwalthabi area. In Gwalthabi area, it is dominated by Kokis, by Nagas, and also by Maitis. Because Nagas, they created one Mahadev statue there, which was removed by someone. I will not mention here
okay.
because that's a
Okay, you see,
different
I
issue.
don't want to get into
So,
that, sir. I
yeah.
just don't want to get into
So,
that right now. I just want to keep
fine.
my discussion located
Yeah.
around Shirui
So,
festival. Sir, I'll come back to you. I'm joined by Rajat
okay.
Sethi, former advisor to the Chief Minister of Manipur, and Elizabeth, one of the activists, also joins me. Rajat, thank you so much for making time. Just break it down to us. Why is it snowballing into a big issue? Why did this happen? I mean, say, couldn't this have been managed in any other way? But you understand Manipur?
See, I think, Kartikeji, the real problem is that when the Honorable Home Minister said that no kind of artificial borders within a state can be created,
Absolutely.
and around that time, the central forces were not able to actually enforce the removal of these picketing that was done at major highways, and they failed at doing that. and the orders, the strict orders of the Union Home Minister could not be implemented. And ever since that, there has been a further deterioration of confidence of the Meiteis in the central government, saying that integrity of Manipur is something which has to be protected at all costs, and no matter whatever the repercussions are, they were of the view that this needs to be addressed immediately. But that didn't happen, and now Siroi Lily became a flashpoint because the buses taking the journalists from Imphal, which is a Meitei-dominated region right now, to Ukhrul, had to cross through the Kuki areas. Now, crossing through the Kuki areas again, it should have been a fair opportunity to again enforce Union Home Minister's clear instructions and diktat. Again, I believe the local administration failed when they had to cover the name of Manipur. I mean, that is like de facto accepting that that the state in its present shape and form cannot guarantee its integrity, and therefore there is this public outburst. And I believe some kind of course correction has to be done by the local administration. The central administration is extremely clear as to what needs to be done at whatever cost. Those writs have to be implemented on the ground.
With your thoughts on this? A very warm welcome to you, madam, on my show.
Yeah, regarding this matter, what I would say is that the public sentiment is hurt a lot.